Hey everyone, Scott, Black Mountain Maple, and this video I'm going to be walking you through how I made this end grain cutting board. I started out with just a bunch of pretty random woods, all hardwood, purple heart, some cherry, maple, and a little bit of walnut. Just cutting them down to pretty random sizes on the table saw, just making sure that they're all the same thickness. That way it'll just make it a little bit easier to clean up afterwards. Tried to go for some random sizes, what you see here, just different thicknesses, just to give it a bit of a unique look once it's all finished up. Here's all the strips. You can see the different sizes, thicknesses. Really no pattern set here. Just getting ready for glue. Now we just get this all clamped up and let it dry. There was next day, just going to feed it through the planer, get everything evened out so we can make this into end grain. Cleaned up a little bit of the glue squeeze out first, just make it a little bit easier on the planer. Now over to the table saw with the crosscut sled. Set up a little stop block just to make sure all the same pieces are the same thickness. Make it a lot easier later on. Just batch out a whole bunch of these. Here you can see the pattern actually starting to be revealed as we flip each of these pieces up. Again, there was no predetermined pattern when I was making this. Just doing this way with the end grain just gives you a pattern no matter what anyway. And we'll do the second glue up. A little bit easier than the first one where all the pieces are the same thickness now. Here I use the belt sander, just try and get everything evened out a little bit more where I don't have a drum sander. It takes a long time sanding this end grain. I got a little impatient, tried feeding it through my little planer that you saw earlier, and it was going well for the first bit, but then it did catch and fire back out and gouged it a little bit, so I changed the plan a little bit, cut the sides, glued them on the ends, and got a little bit different pattern that I actually like a little better, but I definitely do not recommend using the planer to plane end grain. So here I got impatient again as well with the belt sander, so I actually built the little router sled to try that out. This is one of the first times I used it. You can see it tested on another cutting board in the back. It worked pretty well. Only thing I did know is it leaves tracks from the router bit in the end grain, so it still leaves a fair bit of sanding, but at least it's flat, smooth. Decided to put a 45 on each corner here just to kind of ease the edges a little bit. It'll kind of match the chamfer that I'll be putting all the way around after. Just did this on the little bench sander, which worked really well actually. And here's that chamfer that I mentioned earlier. I did it in 2 passes, so it looks a little rough here in this video. But it's actually just the first pass. I chose to do this chamfer instead of trying to put little handles or anything on the ends. It's not a very thick cutting board, so this was more than enough. And then decided to add in a juice groove as well. And again, this is just the first pass of that. I did multiple. Found this card scraper the best tool for cleaning up the inside of this juice groove, and then hit it with a little bit of sandpaper around a dowel afterwards. Then back to sanding. I believe I took this cutting board up to 220 grit, up to 120, and then pop the grain with some water, as you see here. Kind of a fun process, and you get to actually see the grain come alive. And then speed up the drying process a little bit to get on with the sanding using a little torch. And back to sanding. And everybody's favorite part of a cutting board video, to see the finish and the oil put on. You just cover it and then leave it for a little while, come back and polish it off, wipe off any of the excess. If you have any more comments or tips or tricks or anything for me that I could use in the next one, or any patterns that you'd like to see in another video, by all means leave them in a comment down below. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed the video, and feel free to subscribe to see some more.